believed his mistakes were his greatest enemies. They followed him everywhere, in his silence, in his loneliness, in his small moments of success, and in his mental weakness. He was not running from people. He was running from himself, from the decisions he made while afraid, from the words he spoke while angry, from the chances he lost because he was not brave enough. Inside his mind repeated, "I am the reason." He destroyed everything. And that voice was harsher than any enemy. Went the mirror. He did not see a human being. He saw a collection of mistakes. He thought making peace with himself meant forgetting the past. But you not, because the past was not a memory. It was a feeling. One day, he sat alone, tired of running, tired of resisting, tired of punishing himself. And first time, deep question, if this person who made those mistakes was someone else, would I hate him this much? He stayed silent for a long time. Then he realized the painful truth. He was cruel to himself. In a way he would never be cruel to anyone else. He began to remember who he was at the time of those mistakes. Not with today's eyes, but with yesterday's heart. He remembered it his fear, his confusion, his pressure, his loneliness. He remembered that he did not see the options clearly, and that is strange now. He understood something simple, yet powerful. People do not, they want evil. They make mistakes because they do not yet fully know what is right. Something heavy inside him broke. He whispered, "I was not betraying myself. He was learning about myself." And the first step toward peace began. He sat with his mistakes, not to justify them, not to erase them, but to understand them. Sides. Yes, I made mistakes, and I take ability, but I will not hate myself because of them. For first time, he felt that honest acceptance was stronger than 1,000 apologies. He realized that mistakes are the shame, but stages, endings, lessons. He told himself, if I had not failed, he would not have understood, and if I'd understood, he would still be the same person. He saw himself, not as bad, but as unaware and different. He began to see his mistakes as stones on the road, not to break him, but to teach him how to walk. He saw the past as an enemy, but as a strict teacher. Every time he remembered a mistake, he no longer said, "I'm stupid." Sighed, "I was learning." Slowly came light, not because the mistakes disappeared, but because his view of them changed. He understood that a person does not mature only when he succeeds, but when he stops hating himself after failure. He understood that the strongest moment is when you look at your old self without contempt, but with gratitude. One night, he stood in front of the mirror, looked into his own eyes. "Oh," I said, "I forgive you, not because you were right, but because you were human." And she cried, not tears of regret, but tears of freedom. Freedom from the prison of the past. Freedom from the voice of self-punishment. Freedom from believing he did not deserve peace. He learned that making peace with mistakes does not mean being proud of them, but refusing to let them control your life. He learned that the past is a player from not to live in. He learned that person is not measured by how many times he failed, but by how deeply he grew. And whenever everything you failed, I'd come. Yes, and I understood. You made mistakes. Yes, and I learned. You lost she. Yes, and I stayed. And only then did he feel peace. Not the peace of perfect people, but the peace of real humans. The peace of someone who knows he is imperfect, yet honest with himself. The peace of someone who knows the road was not perfect, but it was how. He understood that making peace with mistakes is the first step toward making peace with life. In the end, his mistakes did not disappear from his memory, but they no longer hurt because they were no longer wounds. They became scars, reminding him that he lived, learned, and survived, and he began everyone. Do not hate yourself for making mistakes, or you cannot change. Then he smiled, walked light, not because he had no past, but because he was no longer its prisoner.